Welcome back to the channel Official History of Coins. Today, we are diving into another fascinating story from the world of history, mystery, and hidden treasures. Around the world, collectors and treasure hunters are constantly searching through old drawers, coin jars, and family collections, hoping to uncover something truly special. First up, in this video, we are exploring one historic American coin that has captured the attention of collectors for decades. The focus of today's story is a single coin, the famous 1934 D. Lincoln wheat penny, a 1-cent piece produced by the United States Mint. This coin is part of the legendary wheat penny series, and it carries the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln on its front. The Lincoln wheat penny series first began in 1909 to celebrate the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln. It was the first regular U.S. circulating coin to feature a real historical figure instead of a symbolic image. The design was created by sculptor Victor David Brenner, and it quickly became one of the most recognizable coins ever produced in the United States. The 1934 D version of the coin was struck at the famous Denver Mint, which is why the small letter D mint mark appears on the reverse side beneath the date. This mint mark tells collectors exactly where the coin was produced, and mint marks often play a major role in determining a coin's rarity and desirability. This coin was created during an extremely important period in American history. In the early 1930s, the United States was recovering from the devastating economic collapse known as the Great Depression. Coins like the 1934 D wheat penny circulated through shops, markets, and businesses while the country slowly rebuilt its economy. Millions of these pennies were produced, but over time many of them were lost, damaged, melted, or simply worn down through decades of circulation. Because of this, finding a well-preserved example today is far more difficult than many people expect. Collectors pay special attention to the condition of a coin. A 1934 D wheat penny that still shows sharp details in Lincoln's hair, a clean date, and strong wheat stalks on the reverse can be extremely attractive to numismatists. The better the condition, the more exciting the coin becomes in the collector market. Another reason this coin draws attention is its historic design. On the reverse side, two elegant wheat stalks frame the words 1 cent and United States of America. This classic design remained in use until 1958, making wheat pennies one of the longest-running and most beloved coin designs in American history. What makes a 1934 D wheat penny especially interesting is how collectors search for exceptional examples. Coins that were saved carefully in rolls, albums, or old bank bags sometimes appear decades later with stunning original detail. These discoveries can quickly spark excitement in the coin collecting community. Because of its age, history, and strong demand among collectors, the 1934 D wheat penny can achieve impressive values, depending on its grade. A circulated example can already attract collector interest, while a well-preserved coin can climb much higher in value. In higher grades, especially coins that show brilliant surfaces and minimal wear, collectors are willing to pay serious money. Some exceptional mint state examples have reached prices around $150, $300, or even higher depending on quality and eye appeal. The real excitement comes when an extremely well-preserved example appears with outstanding luster and nearly perfect detail. In those rare cases, auction prices can climb dramatically, and some top-quality specimens have reached values approaching $1,000 or more in specialized collector markets. Another factor that increases value is originality. Coins that have not been cleaned, polished, or damaged are far more desirable. Collectors always look for natural surfaces and authentic aging because it proves the coin has survived decades without alteration. Many collectors also enjoy the thrill of searching for coins like this in everyday places. Old coin jars, inherited collections, estate boxes, and antique stores sometimes reveal wheat pennies that have been hidden away for generations. This is why the 1934 D wheat penny continues to inspire both beginner collectors and experienced numismatists. It represents a piece of American history, a connection to the 1930s, and a reminder that even the smallest coin can hold remarkable value. For anyone who loves coin collecting, discovering a wheat penny like this can feel like uncovering a small treasure from the past. Each coin carries the marks of time, the history of the people who used it, and the craftsmanship of the mint that created it. So if you ever come across an old wheat penny with the date 1934 and a small D mint mark beneath it, take a closer look. You might be holding a collectible piece of history that collectors around the world are eager to own. And who knows? That tiny copper coin sitting quietly in a jar or drawer could turn out to be a remarkable collectible worth hundreds or even around $1,000 to the right buyer. If you enjoyed learning about this historic coin and its surprising potential value, make sure to stay tuned for more discoveries from the fascinating world of rare coins and hidden treasures. Next coin, the story of the 1935 D. Lincoln wheat penny begins during a remarkable era of American history. This 1-cent coin was produced by the United States Mint and features the famous portrait of Abraham Lincoln, one of the most respected presidents in American history. The small D mint mark beneath the date shows that this particular coin was struck at the historic Denver Mint. The Lincoln Wheat Penny series first appeared in 1909, marking the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first circulating U.S. coin to display a real person rather than a symbolic figure. The design was created by the talented sculptor Victor David Brenner, and his work quickly became one of the most recognizable designs in American coinage. By the time in 1935, D. Wheat Penny was minted, the United States was moving through a powerful moment of recovery following the economic struggles of the early 1930s. Coins like this traveled through markets, banks, and small businesses as everyday tools of trade while the nation slowly rebuilt its economy. The coin itself carries a timeless design. On the front, Abraham Lincoln's profile appears facing right, with the word Liberty placed beside him and the date 1935 clearly displayed. Above Lincoln's portrait are the famous words, "In God We Trust," a phrase deeply connected to American identity. Turning the coin over reveals the famous wheat reverse design. Two elegant wheat stalks frame the words 1 cent and United States of America. This classic reverse design symbolized agriculture, strength, and prosperity during an important period in the country's development. The small D mint mark plays a major role in the story of this coin. The Denver Mint produced millions of coins during the 1930s, but collectors today pay close attention to mint marks because they identify the specific origin of the coin and sometimes signal greater collector interest. Over the decades, many 1935 D pennies disappeared from circulation due to wear, damage, or loss. Others were spent countless times in daily commerce, gradually losing their sharp details. Because of this natural process, finding well-preserved examples today has become increasingly exciting for collectors. Collectors search carefully for coins that still display crisp details in Lincoln's hair, a strong date, and clear wheat lines on the reverse. A coin with bright surfaces and minimal wear stands out immediately among ordinary circulated pieces. Another reason the 1935 D. Wheat Penny remains fascinating is the historical connection it carries. Holding this coin means touching a small artifact that passed through hands during the mid-1930s, a time when the United States was rebuilding and moving forward after years of economic hardship. Today, the coin collecting community continues to value pieces like the 1935 D. Wheat Penny because they represent both history and craftsmanship. Numismatists appreciate coins that combine age, beautiful design, and strong collector demand. The current collector market shows steady interest in this coin. Circulated examples already attract buyers who enjoy building wheat penny collections and historical sets of American 1-cent coins. In stronger condition, the price can rise noticeably. A clean example with visible details can sell for $10, $25, or even higher, depending on preservation and collector demand. When a coin appears in extremely well-preserved condition with brilliant color and very sharp details, collectors become even more interested. Coins graded in high mint state levels can command impressive prices. Auction records and collector markets have shown that exceptional examples of the 1935 D wheat penny can reach values around $150, $300, or more when they display strong luster and minimal contact marks. The most extraordinary pieces are those that survive decades with nearly perfect surfaces. These coins sometimes appear in old coin albums or forgotten bankrolls and can create excitement among collectors. When such remarkable specimens reach the auction market, their value can climb dramatically. Some top-quality examples have reached prices approaching $800 or even around $1,000, depending on condition, certification, and collector competition. Another factor that increases value is originality. Coins that remain untouched with natural color and surfaces are far more desirable than coins that have been cleaned or altered. Because of this growing collector interest, many experts believe that classic wheat pennies like the 1935 D will continue gaining attention in the future. As more collectors enter the hobby, demand for historical coins steadily grows. The future potential of this coin is part of what makes it exciting. As time passes and fewer high-quality examples remain available, prices for the best specimens may continue rising in specialized collector markets. That means a small copper coin created nearly a century ago can still surprise collectors with its hidden value. The 1935 D wheat penny proves that even a simple 1-cent coin can carry a story, history, and remarkable collector appeal. For anyone searching through old coins or inherited collections, discovering a 1935 D wheat penny can be a thrilling moment. With the right condition and the right buyer, this historic coin can sell for impressive prices and continue growing as a valuable piece of American numismatic history. Second coin, this is the story of the 1943 Liberty silver coin, though collectors know it by a different name. The 1943 steel penny, and if it bears the coveted D mint mark from Denver, you might just be holding a fortune. We are not talking about a few dollars here. We're talking about values that can climb into the hundreds of thousands, and in the rarest of circumstances, even millions of dollars. Forget everything you think you know about pocket change being worthless. This is the coin that dreams are made of, and it could be sitting in an old jar in your garage right now. To understand why this coin is so special, we have to travel back to the dark days of 1943. The world was engulfed in World War II, and the United States was fully committed to the war effort. Copper, the metal traditionally used to make pennies, was a critical resource for producing ammunition shells, wiring, and other military equipment. The U.S. Mint faced a serious dilemma: how to keep producing coins for the economy without taking essential materials away from the soldiers. Their solution was revolutionary and drastic. They decided to change the very composition of the 1-cent coin. For 1 year only, the Lincoln cent would not be made of the familiar warm, brown copper, but from low-grade steel coated with a thin layer of zinc to prevent rusting. This gave the coins a silvery, almost dime-like appearance, which is why so many people today mistakenly call it a silver coin. It was a patriotic sacrifice, a small, tangible piece of the wartime effort that every American could hold in their change. The 1943 steel penny is a fascinating anomaly in American coinage. It is the only regular issue United States coin that is magnetic. Go ahead, put a magnet to one, and it will stick, a stark reminder of the metal it was born from. But here is where the plot thickens, and where the potential for life-changing money comes into play. While the Mint was busy striking millions of these silver-colored steel cents, a few copper planchets, or coin blanks, from 1942 were accidentally left in the press hoppers. When production began for the 1943 coins, these few copper blanks were mistakenly struck with the new dies. They emerged not as steel, but as the legendary and almost mythical 1943 copper penny. These are the coins that truly break the bank. Now, the coin you asked about, the 1943 Liberty Silver Coin D, mint mark, is clearly a blend of these stories. You're likely referring to the standard 1943 steel penny, and the D means it was minted in Denver. The mint mark is probably a misspelling of mint mark, the small letter that tells you which mint facility produced it. So, let's talk about the value of that coin, the 1943 D steel penny. If you find one in average, circulated condition, the kind that has been passed around for decades and shows wear, it's not going to make you a millionaire overnight. These common steelies are typically worth anywhere from 15 cents to about 50 cents. But don't let that disappoint you. The value is all about condition. If you find a 1943 D steel penny that looks like it was just made, with its original shiny zinc coating intact and no signs of wear, we are talking about real money. A 1943 D steel penny in mint state, graded MS-68, can be worth hundreds of dollars. But if you have one in the highest possible grade, an almost perfect coin, the value explodes. A 1943 D steel penny graded MS-70, of which only a tiny handful exist, is valued at a staggering $16,500. That is a fortune from a single penny, and that's just for the steel version. If by some miracle you have a 1943 D bronze penny, the error coin where copper blank was used instead of steel, you're looking at $1 million coin. One of these rare beauties sold for $1.7 million in 2010, and today, its value is estimated to be over $2.3 million. That is not just a good day, that is a buy a house, change your life kind of day. So, how many people want to buy it? The answer is countless collectors and dealers around the world. The 1943 steel penny, especially the Denver D Mint Mark version, is one of the most popular and iconic coins in American history. Its unique origin story, its place in World War II history, and its distinctive silvery look make it a must-have for any serious coin collector. The demand is incredibly high. The market for these coins is always active, with auctions drawing intense bidding wars for high-grade specimens and rare errors. You wouldn't just be selling a coin. You'd be selling a piece of history to someone who will treasure it. Is its value high or low? For the common, worn-out steel penny, the value is relatively low in dollar terms, but high in historical significance. But for the uncirculated gems and the off-metal errors, the value is astronomically high. It's one of the great paradoxes of coin collecting. A 1-cent piece can be worth more than a luxury car or even a house. The value is determined by a perfect storm of factors. Its unique wartime origin, the one-year-only composition, the public's fascination with its story, and the extreme rarity of finding one in pristine condition or with a minting error. This is not just a coin. It's a historical document, a piece of Americana, and a potential treasure all rolled into one. Now, here is the part of the script where you need to get up and search. Right now. Do not wait. Go to that jar of old coins in your closet. Look through the collection your grandfather left you. Check the register at your family's old store. You are looking for a penny dated 1943. Look closely at its color. Is it the silvery, magnetic steel scent? If so, check the mint mark under the date. Do you see a small d? If you do, you have a 1943 D steel penny. Then look at its condition. Is it scratched and worn, or does it look fresh and new? And here's the most important test of all. Take a magnet to it. If it sticks, it's a steel cent. But if it does not stick to a magnet, and it has the color of a normal copper penny, do not pass go. Do not collect $200. You need to put that coin in a protective holder immediately. If you have a 1943 penny that a magnet won't pick up, you might just have one of the fabled copper errors. That coin, if authenticated by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC, could be the one that sells for over $2 million. There are only about 40 known examples of the copper 1943 cent in existence. You could be the person to find number 41. It has happened before, and it can happen again. Even if it's just a normal steel penny in great shape, it could be worth hundreds or thousands. The 1943 steel penny was built out of necessity, a product of a nation's sacrifice and ingenuity. It was built to keep the economy running while every ounce of copper was needed to fight for freedom. Its history is written in steel and zinc, and its legacy is one of the most compelling stories in all of numismatics. President Franklin D. Roosevelt was in office, and Treasury Secretary Henry Morgenthau Jr. oversaw this massive coinage change. It's a direct link to a pivotal moment in global history. This is your chance to own that history, or more importantly, to discover that you already do. The maximum prize, the ultimate treasure, is the 1943 D bronze cent, valued at over $2.3 million. But even a flawless 1943 D steel penny is a fantastic prize worth thousands. So, are you ready to become a treasure hunter? Do not let this moment pass you by. The coins are out there, waiting to be rediscovered. Every day, people find valuable coins in the most unexpected places. You have all the information you need right now. The magnet test is your first and most powerful tool. Don't be discouraged if you find a common steel cent. It's still a cool piece of history. But always be on the lookout for that rare copper beauty. The thrill of the hunt is real, and the reward could be beyond your wildest dreams. Go check your coins, and who knows? The next big numismatic headline could be about you.